Hey, Cinco. My name is Nate. Welcome to the Geekcentric podcast. How are you doing today?
Great. How are you, Nate?
I'm stoked. I'm stoked to chat with you. I'm a huge fan of the first season of Schmigadoon. With the way that you folks paid such beautiful homage to the great musicals of our day, while also throwing a bit of parody in there. I love it. This season is fantastic as well. What went into the decision making between in terms of focusing on the '70s era of musicals and specifically Schmicago?
Yeah, I'd always conceived of the show if we got multiple seasons to go through each era, one
Love
by
it.
one of musicals and I didn't want to go back to Schmigadoon, because I felt like we'd done that.
Yeah.
We'd done everything we could there and so it was really I focused on like 1965 through 1979. Like Cabaret, I think was the musical that changed what musicals could be because it was such a dark show and there hadn't really
Yeah.
been shows like that before. And so I thought, oh, this will be such a nice act two to our happy act one of Schmigadoon. Let's go to a much darker place and send Josh and Melissa on a totally new journey.
And I love seeing Josh sort of a little more into it this time around
Right.
than he was, and we get that great moment between him and Melissa, and she's like, "Are you seriously like, dude, calm down,
Easy boy. Yeah, yeah.
take it
That's
down a notch."
yeah, and he's just getting into it. Yeah, because these musicals are cooler, so
Hmm.
they're a little less corny, so it's Josh feels it's okay to like these maybe.
Probably. I personally would love to see a season three of the show. For this season, were there any other moments throughout Schmigstery that you had considered? Maybe a bit of Schmigler on the roof, perhaps?
Yeah, I feel bad that because we leapfrogged because we went to 65 and Cabaret. We kind
Yeah.
of leapfrogged over West Side Story and Gypsy and Fiddler and Hello Dolly, and some of these that's musicals that straddle the
Hmm.
two eras. And so I feel bad that we weren't really able to address those, but I really tried to limit it to the shows that focused on the darkness and the grittiness, of the 60s and 70s. So that is a regret.
Yeah. Well, I mean, listen, it's very possible we could get a season three. For my final question, I have tried looking this up everywhere. I really can't figure it out. I was wondering if you could help me answer this. What really is a fantastical virago? I,
Thank you. It's Farrago.
virago. Thank
It's
you. That's probably
F
why I
A
couldn't figure it
R
out.
R A G O, and it means like a smorgasbord, like a wide variety of things.
Beautiful.
And so it was sort
Beautiful.
of, it's my tribute to Stephen Schwartz, who sometimes really reaches to get a rhyme. And so that was my little poking fun at Steve with using a word like Farrago that nobody has ever heard.
Ever. Well,
Ever.
thank you so much for clearing that up for me.
You're
It was a
welcome.
great time getting to chat with you about this show. It's such a fun time, and I really can't wait to see what's next. So thank you so much.
Great. Thank you.
Hey, Ann. Hey, Jaime. How are you doing
Hi.
today? My name is Nate. Welcome to the Geekcentric podcast. How are you guys doing?
We're great.
Amazing, Nate. How about yourself?
Okay. Getting to chat with both of you, so I'm pretty fantastic. You are both excellent this season, and both your characters sort of share this unspoken alignment over their disdain for their boss in a way. What was it like switching things up to become Madame Frau and Sergeant Rivera? And Anne, we'll start with you.
Well, it's thrilling because in season one, I was so nice and kind. And in season two,
Yeah.
I'm so not either of those things. And it's
Yeah.
it's great for me as an actor. Just the thrill of being able to be a part of kind of like the shadowy underworld of
Yes.
season two was very exciting for me.
Very cool. Very cool.
It's super
I'm
fun, going, it's like a American Horror Story thing we have going on, where our essence of in both seasons is there,
mhm.
but we're playing different characters. And I believe my mom, Cheetah, would be very proud.
Very much so. I have to ask, obviously your characters are switching things up. Schmigadoon is now Schmicago. I want to know if Cinco and Ken came up to both of you, and you were responsible for, let's say, a season three. of Schmigadoon, what would be the next either musical or era of musicals that you'd want to be a part of?
Oh, well, I think we have to keep in the timeline and go to the 80s and 90s next,
Yes.
Ooh.
right?
Yeah.
So it would be a lot of those big British mega musical kind of shows. There'd be dancing cats, and we'd be on the barricade, and we'd be in the Paris Opera House. You know what I mean?
I love it.
I think
I
there's a
love
lot
it.
of that.
Very cool. I mean, how about yourself? Do you think you'd want
Well,
to
yeah,
be
of
in this
course, it needs to
specific?
be in order of the era of musicals, right? So I don't know,
Mhm.
Les Miserables, Schmantom of the Opera.
Ooh.
I don't know.
Okay. Yeah, I was talking to Cinco earlier, and I had mentioned maybe a Schmigler on the Roof. Would be a
Ooh,
Schmiddler
really
on the
fun
Roof.
one,
nice.
Love
But you know
that.
what?
right?
I think based on how the names of the seasons, it would have to be a place, right?
I guess, right? Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah, we'd
technically.
have to pick a place.
Listen. I'll work it out with the writers. We'll figure it out. My final question for both of you. I want to know from each of you 3 words that you would use to describe this season of Schmigadoon.
Hmm.
Okay, I answered this yesterday. We're
Yeah.
all in.
Ooh,
Because I
I
just
dig
feel
that.
that after season 1, we doubled down on all of those theater nerd references. We went even
Yeah.
deeper, kind of like into musical comedy jokes. And there's way more music in this season. There's way more dancing. There's way more everything.
Yeah.
More sets,
Mhm.
more costumes, more everything. And I think We're All In is the season for us, because it's just like,
I
look,
like that.
guys, we're
Yeah,
letting you
you
have
like
it.
season 1? Well,
Oh, here
you
comes
go.
season 2. Yeah, it really has that, like, we're ramping it up quality.
Absolutely. Yeah. Fantastic. Excellent. Well, we are all in. I'm all in for this show. It's absolutely fantastic. And Jaime, thank you so much for spending the time to chat with me. Again, you two are so excellent. I can't wait to see what both of you do next. So thank you so
very
Oh,
much.
thank you, man. You're so kind. Thank you very
Perfect.
much.
Cheers.